What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back again with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about why this year is the all or nothing season for the Toronto Maple Leafs. But before I get any further, thank you guys for the support. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe, like, and subscribe. I know there's a ton of people that watch these videos that aren't subscribed to the channel, but you keep coming back. I would really appreciate it if you stuck around. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. Again, I would greatly appreciate that. But to all, and also to the subscribers that have been here for a while, if you're a new subscriber, thank you so much. Again, I greatly appreciate it. Let's get into the more intense video that I need to bring up. I kind of teed it up in my last couple videos. If you haven't seen those, I'd love for you to check them out. But a little bit of a spoiler in my last two videos. So the first of the three that I posted, because I should be posting 3 days in a row. I'm recording all three of these in the same day, but this was the roster that I showed that could potentially be the team that the Leafs go in with to start the season this year. So they would have about $2.1 million in cap space if they traded Mikheyev and Engvall and went with this roster. So you could accumulate this cap space and go into the deadline and make some moves. Now we'll get back to that in a second. After this season, and this was what I left you guys in the last video, if the salary cap goes up to 82.5, which it could be 82, it could be 82.5, they'll have $13 million in cap space to re-sign Morgan Rielly, Rasmus Sandin, Timothy Liljegren, and get two forwards here, including a guy like Jason Spezza, whether or not he decides to retire, and obviously Jack Campbell, and you need to fill out some of the non-roster guys or whatever. So this isn't a lot of cap space, okay? It looks like a lot, but it's not. Considering Morgan Rielly's more than likely getting $7.5+ million, I still think it's going to be $7 or $8 million. And I really do believe a hometown discount is anywhere between 7 to 7.5. That eats up a lot of that. You're going to look at giving Sandin a little bit of a raise. Liljegren probably will sit under $1 million, depending on how much he does this offseason or this season. And then you still need to fill out two more spots here. Jack Campbell is probably getting $4 to $4.5 million. I don't know. People think I'm nuts, but I really do believe he's going to get $3.5 to $4 million, especially if he has a good season. Why wouldn't he ask for the same money that Mrazek got? You know what I mean? So the Toronto Maple Leafs could use this $2.1 million going into the trade deadline, get double retention, and load up, okay? And this is where this video starts to kick in. Going into this season, Amazon started this all or nothing series, which by the time you're watching this video, I don't know, but this is, we're still in August. This series is supposed to come out in September or October. I believe it's October 1st, actually. It was titled All or Nothing because the Toronto Maple Leafs in the Canadian division looked like they were going to be favorites to come out of it and potentially finally hit their potential and win a few rounds. It looked promising early on. As Leaf fans, we all know they choked the 3-1 lead. Congratulations. Again, you played yourself. Again, every single year, this is the same thing that happens. So the all or nothing got pushed to the back burner, more excuses, more of this, more of that. The Leafs go and do their thing in the offseason, and now we're right back to the same spot we were in before. This is, they need to do something this year. They need to prove something, or else everything blows up. And I'm not talking a full-on rebuild, but we're talking potentially Brendan Shanahan's job being in question. We're talking Dubas definitely getting fired. Sheldon Keefe's job would be in question because a new GM would more than likely want to bring their own coach with them. And that's usually what happens. The coach gets fired. Keefe has been a good coach. I don't think he's been a great coach, but he's been good. He's been building with this team. He hasn't been here too long, so it's kind of unfair, but at the same time, I can understand. You're looking at trading a Mitch Marner, a William Nylander, a Tavares, whatever. Somebody is going to get traded. More than likely, you're probably looking at Morgan Rielly moving on, especially if the Leafs are like, listen, man, we're not going to pay you all this money. You know, you're going to have to move on. We're going to build. We're going to try to rebuild. Or maybe they re-sign him. Who knows? But it's going to be a season in which there's a lot of change that's going to come if they fail once again, because you cannot keep running back this same team, this same core, and expect something different, right? So Dubas would 100% be fired. Keefe would probably be fired. Shanahan would be in question, and you're looking at trading one of the big four. 100% you're going to trade one of those guys, and it's more than likely Nylander or Marner, okay? Because those guys are the easiest to trade out of the four of them, because the no trade clause for Tavares, the no movement clause, and Matthews, you're not trading him. But don't be surprised if that guy gets pissed off. This is truly the all or nothing season, because let's just be honest here. If the Leafs get to the deadline and they don't look like they're going to be competing, right? Which you're hoping that's not the case. But if they're looking like they're not going to be a competitive team come the deadline, Morgan Rielly's getting traded. So that's already the start of it. Then they're going to turn and go, well, why wouldn't we just get a king's ransom for one of these other young players and just trade one of them too? Some team could use them for a big run. Give us a first round pick, give us a second, and give us your best prospect. Why not? Right? Why not start at the deadline? Why not start to build up again? These are all questions that are going to be answered at the deadline first, because listen, if the Leafs are not competitive out of the gate and they start really tanking out of the gate, Keefe is getting fired, and so is Dubas. Because they can't just come out of the gate and go, well, this is, we're going to see where we're at the deadline for the GM and the coach. Now, I could see it happening, but at the same time, I'm wondering if in the offseason they looked at these guys and said, we'll just do the same thing that happened with Babcock. He's just going to you're just going to get fired. Because Dubas fired Babcock, which was a long time coming. And I know he wouldn't want to fire his friend, Sheldon Keefe, but they both might not have a choice. They both might be outdoor a couple months into the season. The Leafs need to perform. If they do not perform, there will be big changes. And I know a lot of these young guys are not happy about all the moves. Freddie Anderson, who is a part of the core, is gone. Zach Hyman, who is a part of the core, is gone. Then you're 100% losing Morgan Rielly via trade, unless you definitely think you can lock him up to a discounted price. But you would be stupid not to. He would fetch you a king's ransom at the deadline. This is the all or nothing season. You're going to lose core players. You're going to lose the coach. You're going to lose the GM. You might lose the president of hockey operations. And to be quite honest with you, you might lose a lot of fans. This might be the biggest season we've seen in years from this Maple Leafs team. And I totally agree with Jesse Blake from the Steve Dangle podcast. I really wish they would just keep filming them for this Amazon series, because it should be All or Nothing Part 2, Season 2, where it's like, this is literally all or nothing. This is like the once-in-a-lifetime John Cena versus The Rock at WrestleMania, where all of a sudden it wasn't once in a lifetime anymore, and they just faced each other again at WrestleMania the next year. That's what this Leafs team is. Except they're not as good as John Cena and The Rock, okay? But listen, shout out to all my wrestling fans. Great wrestling reference. But they need to go out there and play really good and be competitive, or else there's going to be nothing left of the young fun core in the offseason. It's going to be a travesty watching them break up this team. Sure, it's not a full-on rebuild, but it's definitely going to be a retooling. It's all or nothing for them. It's forget the Amazon, it's all or nothing. No, this is the all or nothing season. This is truly the test for this Toronto Maple Leafs team. So I don't know if you guys agree with me, but this is just one of those videos where I needed to get it off my chest. Hopefully you guys will respond in the comments. Maybe make a video of your own. Maybe tweet something at me. Whatever you want to do. But if you are new here, make sure to like this video and subscribe. I love these discussion style videos. I'm considering starting a Leafs podcast starting in the season to kind of maybe weekly, maybe a couple days a week. I don't know. You guys can let me know what you think about that. But I want to give you guys as much content as possible, and I'm trying hard to post as much as possible. Should I do the player previews again like I did last off season? Those took forever, but they were fun. So let me know if you guys want me to do that. But again, if you are new here, make sure to like this video and subscribe. I love and appreciate you guys as always, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video or stream. Peace.